I should say Falcon Heavy, that requires the simultaneous ignition of 27 orbit-class engines. There's like, a lot that could go wrong there. And I encourage people to come down to the Cape and see the first Falcon Heavy mission. It's guaranteed to be exciting.
Falcon Heavy is configured for flight.
T-minus 15, standby for terminal count. 10, 9, 8.
Side booster ignition.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Falcon Heavy is the world's most powerful operational rocket.
As two engineering students studying acoustics, we need to hear this maiden launch live and in person.
So before we fly down to the Cape, we want to make some quick preliminary acoustic predictions.
First off is the speed of sound. In daily life, it can be hard to actually experience the fact that it takes sound waves a finite amount of time to travel from the source to our ears. And most of the time, if we're far enough away from a sound source for this delay to be noticeable, the sound of that source isn't nearly loud enough to audibly reach us, but a rocket launch is plenty loud enough.
So let's do a quick calculation to predict how long it will take for the sound from the rocket launch ignition to reach us as public spectators. So using this speed of sound equation and a predicted forecast of 75 degrees Fahrenheit, or 24 degrees Celsius, we can estimate that the speed of sound at Cape Canaveral will be 345 meters per second. We can also use Google Earth to estimate the distance from the launch pad to where we will be standing. Now, since we know that speed is just distance over time, we can predict that it should take roughly 17 seconds for the sound to reach us.
Yeah, so quite a noticeable amount of time actually. But besides that, the sounds that we will be hearing when it reaches us should be quite interesting. During the rocket's launch and ascent, we'll hear the progression from subsonic to supersonic. But because the rocket is traveling away from us, none of these stages will create distinct sound events. However, the Falcon Heavy is extremely special in that it will be the first launch vehicle to attempt to land multiple side boosters for future reuse. So not only will we hear the Falcon Heavy launch, but we'll also hear the re-entry of these two side boosters as they retropropulsively land back on Earth. Since the boosters will be traveling towards us, we'll be able to experience distinct acoustic events called sonic booms.
Yeah, so let's talk about sonic booms. When an object travels faster than the speed of sound, all the sound pressure waves essentially build up on top of each other, creating a shock wave, which is also dependent on its geometry. Based on previous data, each SpaceX booster should create 3 distinct sonic booms, one from its grid fins, one from its landing legs, and one from its engines. These groupings of sonic booms should be heard in quick repetition. All in, we should hear 6 sonic booms.
10, 9, 8.
Side booster ignition.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
And that landing burn has started. Falcon.